Funnily enough,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hate it, but I'm never going to watch it again. It's sort of my assessment of The Black Phone, which I saw yesterday. Not yesterday, day before yesterday. I was under the impression that it was going to be hitting digital this weekend. It didn't do that for some reason.
Did in the States?
Yeah, it did in the States. Yeah. I'm wondering if they're holding off because supposedly it's going to Peacock. So I'm wondering if they're holding off and waiting until there is a Peacock in the UK before they release it to us. But anyway, that is a movie that is a film that I've seen.
Awesome.
The AVForums podcast, for incisive film criticism.
Do you know what? There's a lot about it that I quite liked. It's super simple, but it sort of suffers from what other adaptations of Joe Hill's work suffer from, which is that it is a paper-thin premise stretched to movie length. And in the stretching of the story, there is so little left to the audience that Scott Derrickson, the director, and C. Robert Cargill, screenwriter, who'd worked together previously on Sinister and on Doctor Strange. Neither of which are bad movies. Like, the worst you can say of Doctor Strange is that it's a bit formulaic, but it looks nice. Sinister has got some neat like home video touches. That's quite good. The Black Phone doesn't really have anything that makes it stand out like that. It's a really simple story told very straightforwardly, and the audience is keyed into absolutely everything. It felt like a movie that was designed specifically for a date night. So, you know, if you're a teenager in the cinema with your lips attached to another human, you can look at the screen and then look away, and you can look back. And however many times you do that or don't do that, you will still be able to follow along with the film, because every plot point is telegraphed. It is then gone over, you know, thoroughly, and then it is explained immediately afterwards what has just happened. So if you miss any bit of it, it's
a perfect presentation then.
It is so accommodating to those with very short attention spans. So and they need films too, these people.
We are on a grumpy roll tonight, aren't we? Jesus.
I didn't hate it. I thought it was A-okay. It was all right. Essentially, it's about a kid who is kidnapped by a child snatcher called the Grabber, with shades of like... Yeah.
Okay.
But there are shades of like John Wayne Gacy. So he's got like pale makeup and he carries balloons.
Not at all like it then.
But then after the kidnapping, he's only seen behind a mask. The mask is superb, by the way, and it comes in different parts and it switches for different expressions, which is really good. If you're not following along, you can look at his mask, and if he's happy, he's in a good mood. If he's sad, he's in a bad mood. But the mask is really well designed, actually, and it looks really creepy, and it's lit really well. But essentially, it's just an hour and a half of kid in basement attempts to escape from basement of nutcase. And there are some spooky goings on with ghosts which communicate through a disconnected phone in the basement to help the child escape. And there's nothing wrong with the premise. I think that's quite a neat idea, but it
could have been a Twilight Zone, yeah?
Yeah, exactly. I struggled to stay with it for, I think it's like an hour and 45. And so much of it could just be chopped out, and, you know, if there was a bit more faith placed in the audience watching it, then if nothing was explained, or if not everything was explained in such great detail, there could have been some interesting space for interpretation. But as there is, zero space for interpretation. It is what it is. You like it or you don't like it. And I sort of only just came out of the cinema liking it.